Hi, I'm Courtney Thorne-Smith. Thank you so much for your interest in Outside In. I've always been a writer. I've always wanted to write. I've always sort of written in private, and then when I became an actress and became known, I wanted to sort of balance out what was written about me with my own words. And it started off writing about body image because I wanted to be a voice for young women and have someone they could relate to who's working on that. I believe that I would have had an issue with body image whether I became an actress or not, just because it's in our society and I would have felt it. And, you know, when I started writing articles about body image, I wrote about it because I tried to do it through interviews, and the interviews would always blame it on whatever TV show I was on. I was like, no, it's really not about that. It's mine. I mean, I carry this with me. I don't gain 15 pounds over hiatus. You know, I was just as worried during that time, and I had to do my own internal work. And I think it's really universal. So it really is about being in your body in a healthy way and accepting it, and then you'll attract people who are attracted to that body. If you struggle to keep your body 10 pounds thinner than it will be, you're going to attract people who like that body, and you're going to be trapped. If you let your body be what it's supposed to be, you're going to attract people who appreciate that, and you're going to go, oh, this is heaven. I love all Jane Austen. I love Pride and Prejudice. I love Anna Karenina. I love anything by Anne Lamott, anything by Ann Tyler. I just read 2 books in a row by Elizabeth Strout that were great. I'm reading a book right now by Lolly Winston called Happiness Sold Separately, which I love. I just reread all the Gabaldon books. I'm a voracious reader, so that list could go on and on. It's basically whatever I'm reading now and then whatever I've read throughout my life. I did think about writing nonfiction, like writing a memoir, but the story is so short. I mean, it's like I was young, I became famous, it was hard, I got into therapy, I had trouble with food, I got a nutritionist, done. It's not interesting. So I thought, you know, in a novel I can watch somebody who struggles with the issues and tries to do it without support and then finds support, and that's what I ended up writing. There are tons of similarities for me between acting and writing. You know, all of my acting isn't autobiographical. I mean, obviously right now I play a woman who has 3 kids and has been married 15 years. That's not my experience. But I do know what it is to love my family and cook for my family, take care of people. And I use those experiences and just put them in that situation. And same with my writing. You know, it doesn't have to be autobiographical because I believe that we've all had almost every feeling. We know what it is to grieve, we know what it is to love, we know what it is to be happy or sad. And you just take that situation and I use it in my writing like I use it in my acting. Well, I literally wrote it for my girlfriends. I got 20 pages. I put it away, and I picked it up again, and I thought, that's not bad. And I printed it out, and I gave it to all my girlfriends. We have a weekly dinner. I gave it to all my girlfriends. And I said, tell me what you think. And I didn't know, but they all called each other that night and said, what if it's awful? But then they read it. Luckily, they all liked it. And then I literally wrote it 10, 15, 20 pages at a time. I'd send it to my girlfriends and my mom and my sister. And it motivated me because then they start to ask me what so-and-so was doing, what are they doing? And it was really amazing to have people in my life saying, are you writing? You need to write because I need to know what happened. It was such a fantasy in the distance that I never thought would happen, that when it happened, I thought my heart was going to burst. I mean, it was so huge because it was mine and I had sold it and I was a writer. It was like suddenly someone had come down and said, you're actually a writer. And it was just amazing.